Okay? Now there's liquids in every one, so be careful, okay? Liquids at each spot. So you just go right there, right? And as you take your seat, can you see yourself? How good looking are you?
Oh my God.
Who's the best looking kid in here? There you go.
I look like a geek.
Right, you look like a geek. There you go. Now you get it. What's wrong with looking like? Who's the most famous geek in the world? Who? Who's the most famous geek in the world? Bill Gates. Do we know who Bill Gates is? Bill Gates is worth $100 billion. What?
Bill Nye.
No, Bill Nye's poor.
Scientist.
Bill Gates, $100 billion and counting. All right, you need some? We all need some of that. All right, ready?
Everybody see each other?
Can you see yourself there?
Yes.
Who else can you see there? Who else? Me. Who else? That person. Do we want to know who that person is?
Yes.
Why don't we ask them?
Who are you?
My name's Ellen Barabee. I'm at the Students to Science Technology Center in East Hanover, New Jersey. You know where that is?
No.
No? Some say yes, some say no. It's not too far. It's about a half hour away from where you are. But I'm in a science laboratory, and we're going to turn your classroom into a science laboratory today. Is that going to be fun?
Yes.
Yeah, you see all those things in front of you? That's what we're going to work on today, okay? Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about is the name of our experiment. It's called Density Rainbow. What do you think of when I say rainbow?
Colors.
Colors, good, right? What else?
Go ahead, just say it.
A leprechaun of money.
What did you say?
Leprechaun and money. I heard somebody say that. Well, you're right, the part of the rainbow we're going to talk about today is the colors in the rainbow. All right? You see all those colors?
Yes.
Do you see my little rainbow here? Does that have all the same colors in it as what you'd think of in a rainbow?
Yes.
Everything from reds all the way to blues. That's all the colors in the rainbow. And we're going to make our own rainbow in a tube. It's going to be nice and tall like this over here. Okay? Can you see that? Do you want to be able to do that? Make your rainbow like this?
Yes.
All right. So we can't just do it with water, because if you mix a blue and a red water, what color are you going to get?
Purple.
Purple, right? Or let's say we want to do one like the ones here. What colors do I have here?
Yellow.
Can you see these?
Yellow.
Yellow and blue. And I heard somebody say green, right? We'd get green. We wouldn't be able to get all the layers like we have here. So we're going to work on what properties of this water we can change so that we can make layers and make our rainbow, okay? We're going to use something called density. Anybody heard that word before, density?
Yes.
All right, density. So if somebody said yes, what's the definition of density?
You can explain what density
Has to do with mass, right? How much something weighs, and something else. How much space it takes up, right?
Water is
Go ahead.
volume.
I can't hear that, so we'll have to, somebody else either say it or we'll go on and I'll explain.
How much mass, right? How much something is, right? In a certain amount of volume, right? Okay, remember that? Density, right?
Okay, and what's volume? How much space something takes up, right? I have an example here, right? If I have two bottles here, this one has a few molecules in it, and things can move around a lot, right? And this red one has a lot of molecules in it, and things can't move around very much at all. So which one has a higher density, the red one or the yellow one? Red one, right? Red one has a higher density. This has a lower density, less mass and the same amount of volume, right? The same amount of space in here. So that's the principle we're going to use to be able to make our tower today. All right? So what are we going to use to make these different densities? Turns out we're going to use sugar and sugar water. All right? But let's do a quick experiment first and show what we said before, that when we mix just blue water and yellow water, what happens. All right? So let's take 1 squirt of this blue water and put it over here. Right? And if we take some of this yellow water and mix it with it, what do we get?
Green.
Green water, right? So green water couldn't do layers with that. It just turned to one color, right? So we're going to have to do something different than just mix our colors to be able to do this. And what we're going to use, like I said, is density. And we have 2 more tubes here. What do we have in these tubes? Sugar. We have blue sugar in this one, and we have yellow sugar in this one, right? So which has more sugar molecules in it, the blue or the yellow?
Blue.
Blue, right? So let's dissolve these, the blue and the yellow, in water and see what happens. Okay, so we're going to put them back in here. We're going to add some water to each of these. Okay, some yellow there, some blue here. We have about the same volume, right? They're up to the same. And we're going to take them over to our little thing here. And we're going to mix them, okay? We're going to dissolve that sugar. What does that mean? We're going to make sure it's all in solution. We don't have individual particles of sugar anymore. We're going to just mix them all into our solution, okay? All right, we're good here. Okay, so we have blue and we have yellow, okay? Now remember, which one had more sugar in it?
Blue.
Blue, right? So let's take our blue one first and let's move some over to this empty tube. All right, so let's do that. Let's take our blue and put it into the tube. Take a little more. Okay, and now let's see if we can, what happens when we put the yellow in. This time we're going to put it in slowly and dribble it down the side. See, I'm holding it and dribbling it slowly. Let's see what happens. A little bit. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay, now we put it upright. What do we see this time? You see 2 layers though, right? We see blue on the bottom, we see some green, and we can see some yellow on top, a little bit of yellow. Yellow's a little bit harder to see because of the light in here, but let's see if we put a little more on whether we can get it to be yellow. There. See? Can you see that now? We've got blue, and we've got green, and we've actually got some yellow. It's a little hard to see from that far away, but we've got yellow on top. So we can layer them on top of each other if we use this property of density. Okay? So you guys are going to do this experiment so that you can make your own tower with all these different colors with the different densities of sugar water, okay? All right? So the first thing we want to do is we want to practice using our pipettes. Okay? So everybody pick up your pipette in your hand. And I see everybody trying to hold it up like this. I want you to hold it pointing down so that the pointy end is down, all right? We're going to always hold our pipette in this position, pointing down. Believe it or not, even if you point it this way, the liquid's going to stay inside of it and not fall out. So just remember, this is the direction we want it, all right? So you should have a cup in front of you that says water. Can everybody see their cup that says water?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to take your tube, squeeze it at the top with your thumb and your forefinger, squeeze that tube in, put it into your water, and then release your fingers and see the water come up into the pipette. Go ahead and try that. Okay, raise it out and squirt that water back into the cup.
Gotta squeeze it.
Remember what I said, keep that tip pointing down.
Oh, good. Now squeeze it back in.
Okay,
Squirt it out. There you go. Squirt it
let's
out.
try that a couple more times. Squeeze it, put it in your water, release your fingers, pull it out, and squirt it back in.
You do it?
Okay, try that a couple times. Go ahead.
Called pipetting, right? Way to transfer liquid. Okay, now lift it up. Lift it right up. Now watch this, right? That's it. Drop it right in your hand. Doesn't come out, right? That's what's so good about it. It doesn't come out. You can move it around, so I can take it here, put it over there. That's what's so cool. And when I press on it, it comes out. Okay?
Okay, so now is everybody ready? We're going to make our own. We're going to make our different amounts of sugar water so that we can layer them on top of each other. Is everybody ready? Thumbs up if you're ready.
Ready?
Good. All right. So you have in front of you a setup that looks like the one I'm going to put here now. Okay, you've got 4 tubes, right? Does everybody see that? You've got 4 tubes. Are they labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Yes.
Yep. All right. So I want you to take into tube number 1. You see that there's a black line on there?
Yes.
I want you to take your pipette that you were just using and take some of the one that says sugar water now, okay? That one's got a lot of sugar molecules in it in some water, okay? I want you to squeeze that tube, and I want you to transfer some of that sugar water into that tube number 1 and keep transferring it until you get all the way up to that black line.
There. Keep doing it. All the way to the black line. 4.
Okay, it should take 4 or 5 squirts to do it, but you want to go all the way up to that black line.
Way to the black line. Keep going. All the way to the black line. Okay. Okay. Keep going. The black line. You guys ever go to the carnival and you shoot the water gun into the clown's mouth and you break the balloon?
Yeah.
No. Okay, right to the black line. Bring it right up to the black line. What is the black line? Okay. Beautiful. Good job.
Good?
Good job. How close are we? Everybody, who's got it? Who's got it? Got it? Got it? Got it? Got it up here? At the end, we got
Okay, now you're going to go to tube number 2, okay? In tube number 2, you have a black line and a red line. Again, only to the black line this time, okay? Sugar water to the black line. In numbers 2, and when you're done with number 2, you can do the same thing to number 3, but you see they're all different heights now. We're putting different amounts of sugar water into each of these.
that's sugar, right? There we go. Black line. Sugar and black all the way. What color do we got going on this one? Whose favorite color is red? No, it's mine.
It's mine.
You sure? You know what I'll do? Hey, the black line. Come on, man, you got this. Come on. Come on. Now, anyone that got the red done?
Me.
Go to the third tube. Go to the black
Okay, third one too. Third one has a black line, so you can fill that one as well.
line. What color is that?
Green.
Whose favorite color is green?
Mine.
Brothers? Yes.
Wait, I got one.
Does boy have a black line? No black line, no sugar.
Right, number 4. What did Paul just say? No sugar in this one, right? So if we look at each of these, we have a lot of sugar in number 1. We have less in number 2, even less in number 3, and no sugar molecules in number 4. But what did we say about density? Density, we want to have different amounts of sugar molecules all in the same volume. So to get to the same volume, we're going to now fill numbers 2, 3, and 4 up to the red line with water, okay? Put your sugar water solution away, put that to the side, and put your water cup where it's handy, okay? And now with that water one, go ahead and fill numbers 2, 3, and 4 up to that red line.
Right? Water. Okay? Water to the red line. Sugar to the black, water to the red. Red line with regular water. That? Red line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Funny, some of you have
Just
clear,
like that.
some of you have blue. You too there, Crystal. Your first is in blue like the other one. Okay? Maybe they don't like it.
Oh my! You must be one of my kids. Who doesn't have color?
Hey, oh, what?
You got it going now. You got it going. Now remember, get the water up to the red line. Okay? Gotta get the water up to the red.
Okay? All of them should have the same amount of total volume in there now, right? They all should be up to about the same height on the tube, right? When you're done.
Uh-oh. She doesn't have, you have blue.
Mine's cute.
But you have that problem too. Got them all? Good job, got them all? What happened? Lost it.
Oh, it's so blue now. Look at that. Now it's so blue.
Perfect. Look at you over here.
It was outside. It's not even blue color. I was hoping yours was.
Right,
So
ready?
some people can't see their blue yet, right? Some people can't see that the first one's blue.
I wanted to see.
No,
I wanted to see
almost
one
right
person
there he
have
is.
some type of data,
You got it.
right?
Look, you got the hang of it. You got right up
That's
there.
good.
Good, good.
Sounds good.
All right, so now does everybody have a top like this? Everybody see their little white top?
Everyone see that top? Okay, let's watch. Let's see what Ellen wants us to do with that top.
Okay, you're going to put that top right on top of your tube number 1, okay? And then you're going to pick it up, and you're going to put your thumb on the top and your finger on the bottom. Okay, can you hold it like this? Okay, we put the cap on the top. Okay, and then put your thumb over that top. Okay, so it's nice and snug on that tube number 1, your blue one. Okay, should be on your blue tube.
Snap it on, guys. It just fits. You don't have to snap it. Just put it so it's got. Put the pressure.
Just hold it on. You don't have to snap it. Just hold your thumb on the top of it or some finger, right? Now I want you to turn up and down a few times.
Hold on. You got to hold both sides.
Okay, and then I want you to shake it.
What's happening to it? What's happening to it? Turn in, blue. You did. What about you? Let's see if you screwed up. What about you? Bluer. Blue S. Blue S. Blue S. Blue S. Yeah, you getting it. Remember to hold both sides of that tube. Oh, what were you doing? Oh, you open it for her? You're so muscular. Right? Put it on the top. And just put a little pressure with your thumb. Press the top on. Hold it. Okay. Okay. How we doing? Everybody got blue? Yeah. Good blue.
Hey, if you're done with the blue, you can do it. You can move over and do the red one.
Everybody hear what Ellen said? What? Once you take your
If
blue
you're
one,
done with your blue one, you can go over and move over to your red one and shake up the red one as well.
take your top off very carefully. That's why if you snap it on, it makes it hard, right? So take it off now, put it on the red one, and see if you can get the red nice and covered. Okay? There you go.
Okay.
Hang of this.
First thing, just slowly up and down, and then you can shake it, okay?
There you go.
I know this is the fun part. Okay? When that one's all red, put that one down. Move over to the green one.
Who's that dog? That's a pretty green, isn't it? Ooh, we got red going, we got green going.
Okay?
That's all right. Only a little bit. So, what do you think? I think there should be a song that goes along with it. Something? Like what? Give it a little. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hey. Hey, Dennis. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Shake. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Shake. All right? There we go.
Okay.
I didn't know I was just,
Okay.
I'm just pretty big. I got a house. I can't take credit for that wonderful song. That was invented at the last school. Dr. P. Diddy. All right.
All right, how's everybody doing? Are y'all done? They all mixed together? Okay, put those back in the rack.
How many we got left? One more. All right, let's speed it up a little. Let's speed it up a little. Ready? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hey.
Okay, time to put it down. Let's go. Time to put that down. We're gonna do the next part of the experiment. Okay, so we should have 4 solutions now: blue, red, green, and yellow. Which one's the most dense? Which one has the most sugar in it?
Blue.
Blue, right? The blue is the one we put all the sugar water in. All the others we added at least some regular water, right?
Yeah.
So blue is going to be the ones that's the most dense. So what I want you to do now is I want you to take your pipette again. Okay? And I want you to take a little bit of your blue and pipette it into your empty tube, okay? Take a little bit of your blue and squirt it into the bottom of your tube.
Yep. Do that too. Yep, yep. That's one. Take the top off it. Yep, that's one. One. Yep.
Okay? Do you have a little bit of blue in that tube now?
Everybody have the blue?
Yes.
How do you do? I have some blue. Oh, put the blue in there. Here. Ready?
Okay, now I want you to take a little bit of the yellow, and this is the trickiest part of all. This is what we're going to practice a couple times, okay? So take a little bit of the yellow, tip your tube sideways like this, right, on an angle. And then I want you to dribble the yellow down the side, okay? Put this at the very top of your tube and just let it go really slowly down the side of your tube.
Drop, drop, drop. Yep, nice and slow, just like you're doing. Drop. Now put it, tip it like this. And let it go down now. Now, little drop. Put it on the side like that. Now, drop, drop, drop. I'm sure now. What would I do all for? Okay? If it all mixes together,
Okay.
what color should we end up with?
Green.
If we end up with green, are we doing good? No. Yeah, put it
All right, what do we have? Does yours look like mine? Do you have 2 layers?
Let's see them.
A blue and then a yellow if you put it straight up and down now? Great job. Look at that. I see all the different. You guys are great pipetters.
Perfect.
I got 3 on here. I got green.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
I got green.
Perfect.
I got 3.
Good job. I see lots of 2 layers there.
Perfect. Perfect.
You.
Perfect. Yeah, baby. Get on this dance class. AP 4th grade chemistry right here.
Awesome.
Great. All right, so let's put that one down. We're going to play with that a little more if we have time at the end, but let's put that down and we're going to do one more big experiment now, okay?
Okay, put that aside. Now we're going for the big kahuna.
Okay, so now take your big glass tube that's got a white cap on it and unscrew one of those tops. All right, we practiced with just the highest and the lowest density. Now we're going to try to layer all 4. Which one do you think we want to add first?
Red.
Which is the highest density?
Blue.
Blue, right? We want to add highest density first because that one's going to be on the bottom. So let's do that. Let's take a big squirt of the blue and put that on the bottom.
Do it just like on the side. Tip it on its side, like you did all the other ones.
Right? Remember how we did it? We tilted it sideways.
When you tilt it, when you let it run down the side, then it's good run. Okay? So put your more on the side. Yep. Put that. That's it. That's it. Yo, yeah.
Okay?
Oh.
All right. I say we all got our blue in.
Yeah.
We got our blue, Ellen.
All right, after blue, what's next? we're going to go in the order of density. What's the next less dense one? The red one, right?
Yes.
So now we're going into tube number 2, and you're going to take some of the red. Remember how we did with the yellow? Dribble it really slowly down the side. That's what we're going to do with the red one. Slowly dribble it down the side of your tube.
Big squirt. Nice and slow. Nice and slow.
Why do you need to club? So it will extend. So you make a layer. What would happen if you did it hard? What would happen if you did it hard? It will squirt in too fast and it'll make you don't really want to make.
Okay? Do you have the red one done? Okay, looking good, looking good. Let's go to the green one now. Green one's next.
Now go on to the green.
Oh,
Same thing. Super slow. On the side. Drop, drop, drop. All right. Okay.
Okay.
What are you doing? How's that green doing?
Oh, that's
You didn't listen. You didn't hear me. What happened?
Last one's yellow. If you have your green, you have the other 3, then you can go ahead and put your yellow in.
Yeah, now if you got your green in, Ellen says go ahead and put some yellow in. Yellow.
Okay?
Super slow.
Maybe yours will look something like mine.
Oh, look at Ellen's. Look at this.
Pretty, huh?
Oh, we can make a pair of earrings out of those, right?
Right? Just remember, it's all sugar and water, so try not to shake it, because if all those sugar molecules get mixed in all the different layers, then it'll all mix together and you'll get brown. I see lots of nice colors there.
Let's check this one out. Hey, Ellen, what do you think of that one?
You have to turn the other way. Look to turn 180 degrees.
How about that?
That's good. That's a good one. Really nice. Good colors there. Nice and slow.
You got a big one. You got it all the way to the top. I know. Wow. Yeah.
Very nice. That's a good one too. If you're all done, you can put that one down. And you can go back to your little one that you experimented with before, the one we have the blue and the yellow. You can dump that into your little waste container, and you can experiment with some of the other colors, adding them in any order you want and see what happens.
This is perfect. Good job.
I'll take an image there.
Good job. Look at you guys. Now, before you came in here, I have to admit, I have my question whether you guys are going to be smart enough to handle it. You certainly are, right?
So
I think you're bordering on genius level.
you shake it.
Don't shake it yet. Put the tops on if you got them done.
I want to shake it up.
Let's see it. Come on, let's see it.
That's
Great.
Look at it. Gabby.
Come on.
That's what happened. Why?
We can't, I don't think you can splat. If you had to go off with your backpack, it would break. We have to be careful. You only see a little bit of that from
Yeah.
Oh, no. Sure, experiment. Good Oh,
In
look at-
front, if you didn't put much of your color in, take your other tube and start with a lot of blue on the bottom and try again. Or put them in a different order and see what you can do.
Oh, yeah. Who said they wanted to do red first?
Me.
Seal that one up, put the cap on it,
I do.
then do your one start with red first and see what happens.
I do red first.
Start whatever you want. But remember, what did you learn? You learned something about pipetting, right? You learned technique. No matter what order you do, you're still going to follow the same technique. What you don't want to introduce into your experiment is error, right? If you change your experiment and you start doing it fast, that's error, right? You don't know what the results are. He's got an idea. He wants to start with green first. Somebody wants to start with red first? Start with red first. Something different? And then I want to see how they all turn out. But keep the technique the same. Right? Oh, we're going backwards with this one. She started with yellow first. Look at that. That's beautiful. Let's see now. Let's see how our experiment's on our own now. You guys are doing, we were doing an experiment, right? Before. Now you're doing research. Okay? You're changing up the experiment and you want to know what's going to happen. You want to test something out. In your mind, you have an idea what's going to happen, right?
What?
Who thinks their idea is it's going to turn out to be a big disaster?
It's going down there.
What? Look at that.
Yeah, blue is the same.
No, her yellow. She started with yellow, then she went blue, and the blue went right through the yellow.
Wow.
Wow, it's right. You know what that tells me? You got good technique.
So why did it do that? Why do you think the blue went to the bottom?
Greater density. Mom, doing the same thing. The red going through the green. Wow. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna see yellow go.
Hey, give it a try.
Oh, Dad, it's going through the green.
So you saw it because the blue has more density. It went through it. That's great. Let's see. Oh, look what you did. She made a different color. Hers got purple. Now, why do we think hers didn't go? So who did yours, right? She did red first, then she did blue, right? And look at how perfect hers is, right? That's what we thought it would be. Hers, she got a little purple. How come?
She did it fast.
You did it a little fast and it mixed in a little bit. You got yours in blue and red. What? That's good.
The red just overpowered everything. Now I like green.
What did it do? I want you to tell Ellen that. Tell Ellen what happened.
Show me what happened.
What I want you to do is, I want her to tell her exactly how you do the experiment. Okay? So what colors you put in what order? Red. Right? Who's going to do it? Yeah. First, tell her what you did.
First, I put it in green.
We're going to listen. Right.
And then I put it in yellow. I put blue. Always. And then I put it in red. It's red. So always down.
Can you show me your tube a little bit to the side towards your partner there so I can see what the tube looks like? Because you're right on the edge. Yeah, perfect. Walk towards the front of the classroom. I want to see it, okay?
Come on up front. Just hold it out to the side so she can see it. There you go.
Okay. Nice. So it didn't matter what order you added it still came back in the same order, the same colors in the same place that they were in the first time you did it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Nice colors there too.
Thank you.
Well done.
Good job.
Why? Yes, you know. Because the blue has the heavy, denser, right? So it's going to the bottom. Look at yours, man. That looks like
I see in the back. Which colors are those? It's a little hard for me to see towards the back, but I see in the back people holding them up.
Then the red, I put in red, then I would, then I put in yellow, and then blue, always yellow.
Yep.
How cool is
For the
that?
same reason, right? That blue one is more dense, right? Has the most sugar molecules in it in the same amount of water. So that one's always going to go to the bottom. When you're at home, you can try it with some different liquids too. You could try it with some honey and some water and some vegetable oil.
What if I put some water in?
All right, this young man wants to know, Ellen,
Yeah?
what happens if he pours the liquid in? Oh, first of all, that would be too much liquid. The tube's not big enough. You want to add
If
some?
you mix, take some from your tubes. Do you have some left in your tubes? Your individual tubes?
He wants to add some from his coat. Go ahead, dump it in from your coat.
Okay,
Yeah.
dump it in, just some of it.
What if I put some water in it?
Put some water in it, see what happens. What you guys are doing when you're asking questions is you're being scientists. There's a difference between studying science. Okay, density is the number of grams of a material in a certain volume of material. That's density.
Nice one there. I see it. Nice job.
There you go.
Those was done.
Good. There you go. See?
What happened when you mixed them? What happened when you mixed them in your tube? What happened?
Good.
Did all the colors mix together?
What happens if you shake it? Go ahead and shake it.
The blue stayed
Go
there.
ahead. Your
The blue stayed
experiment.
there, and then
You want to ask a question? Ask it. In science, you don't ask a question. You do what you ask. But
What happened? All those colors mixed together, right?
what happened? It's brown. Is right. It's brown now, right? When we put all the
Okay.
colors, you put those four colors together and you mix them together, you get brown.
I just want to show you one last thing here of mine, and then you guys can finish up with whatever you're doing there. But this is my big rainbow here. I did this one the same way you did yours, except this one has 7 colors in it and 7 different concentrations of sugar, 7 different amounts of sugar in there. So we started with purple and violet and blue, green, yellow, orange, red.
Right?
Right? All the different colors in here. So you guys can make lots of different colors in yours if they mix together.
All right. Well, does anybody, okay? Helen is a professional scientist, okay? Do any of you, after doing an experiment like this, think that being a scientist would be kind of a cool way to live?
Yeah.
Okay? What kind of scientist would you like to be? Dinosaur. Okay? Chemist? Absolutely. I love making stuff. All right? Well, Ellen is a professional scientist. Does anyone?
I used to work with medicines. I used to make medicines. Now I teach students like you how to do
Ellen, I think that the questions first are the only way this is going to work, because they're too busy doing experiments over here.
Good. I understand that because that's fun, right?
Yes. You're scary.
TNT science. You know what TNT science is? Right? Explosive. Right? Ordnance is an explosive. Have you ever heard of a place called the Picatinny Arsenal? Picatinny Arsenal is right here in New Jersey. Not too far from here. Okay? And you know what it's called? The Center for Lethality. You know what lethality is? Weapons of destruction. You know how many around weapons, bombs. That's lethal. How many scientists do you think they employ at the Picatinny Arsenal to do nothing more than to make explosives and weapons? How much?
200,000.
5,000 scientists work there to make all those things. About that. So, if you like bombs and explosives, you can get a job with that. You can be an engineer, designing the missiles and stuff. You can be an electrical engineer, designing the guidance systems for the bombs. Or you can be a chemist, designing the explosives themselves.
Yeah, different. Many to keep you there. I'm gonna take these and put it right here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You want to be a marine biologist? I met a marine biologist last week, you know. What? What do you want to be? I told me already. You said you want to be a chemist.
I'll be chemicalizer.
You want to be a chemicalizer? Okay.
Chemical stuff.
My father-in-law. Does anyone know what a father-in-law is?
Yeah.
All married people know.
Yes.
My wife's father. And you know what? When I met him, you know what he said to me? He said, "What do you do for a living?" I said, "Oh, I work in the plastics industry, and I invent different polymers." And he said, "Polymers? What are polymers?" He said, "You mean you're a chemist?" No, I said, "I'm not a chemist." Your project fell. Uh-oh, you better get it.
Hard. Dad and mine.
What, you made a mess?
Now I'm about to take it.
All right. What time did they break up? Okay, so we're wrapped. So we're good. Does anybody have any questions before we call it a day?
Can we keep?
We can't keep it because it's glass. And, you know, if you drop it, it'll break and stuff like that. So, you like this. How about we leave it? Is this our science class? We leave a few in the science class? Sure. If anyone who wants to leave it, you can leave it in the science class, so when you come back tomorrow, you can still see it. That's another experiment. See how long it takes it to last. Now, yours doesn't last at all.
All right. We'll see you guys later, okay?
Everybody,
Have fun.
Ellen.
Bye.
If you want me to keep it in the science,
Yeah, that's lovely. Okay? All righty. Well, who had some fun?
Me.
Okay. Because science is fun.
This is my gold picture. Yeah, that's what. This is my gold.
Who wants to do this? I'm going to teach you an interesting question, right? Who wants to do this experiment at home?
Me. I'm gonna make a big bomb.
Let me show you how to do this experiment at home.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have these at home?
No.
Okay, so what we got to do is what we call improvise. Right? We got to use something different, right?
How did I go to that?
How about a water bottle?
Yeah.
Okay, so we take a water bottle. Then you take a cup, any cup. Remember, its density, it has to be the same volume, right? Okay? So take 4 of the same size cups. Then take 2 teaspoons of sugar. Like regular spoon, 2 of them. Put them in the cup number 1. Take 4 and put it in cup number 2. How many do you think we'll put in cup number 3?
6.
Right. How much will we put in cup number 4?
8.
Then, you know what food coloring is?
Yeah.
Right? Put 1 drop of one color in one, a different color in another, a different color in another, different color in that. Then take that spoon and mix them all up. Then take your bottle of water and you pour it in very slowly. And you'll be able to make your own rainbow at home. Okay? So you can show your younger brothers and sisters, or your older brothers and sisters, or your mother and your father, your grandfather, it doesn't matter, okay? collect them and clean it all up. You guys gotta move to your next class.